Hey everyone, and welcome back to Communities of Character. This is our very first mid-month character conversation. It's a shorter episode where Laura and I pause and reflect on what we're learning, what we're noticing in schools, and what we think is worth slowing down to talk about.
Yeah, I'm so excited about these conversations because they're really about helping leaders process, not just consume. It's that pause that allows us to really think through the ideas around character, culture, and leadership.
And so today we're going to build off our January 1 episode, and that was with Jack Williams from Ideals Leadership. If you have not listened to it yet, we highly encourage you to go back and start there. It is one of those conversations that stays with you. And I would just want to share one of my takeaways from his conversation, Laura. I mean, he had so many nuggets and such good stuff on leadership and knowing oneself, but the biggest takeaway for me was his emphasis on character, and that served as an anchor for leadership decisions. He talks so much about the importance of knowing oneself and what those personal beliefs are. And I think that's really important right now because our leaders are under so much pressure to move fast and respond quickly and just manage constant demands. And he reminded us that when we're clear on our values, when leaders are clear on their values, decision making becomes steadier, not easier, but steadier. And so when that clarity isn't there, leaders end up reacting instead of leading.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing that he wrote his I Believe list and then read it every day for 11 years. I mean, what a way to really know who you are so that in those decisions that you're making,
Uh-huh.
you do have that backbone of what's happening.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, another thing that really stood out to me was Jack's reminder that culture comes from behavior. You can believe all the right things, but it's really that consistency in what you do. He talked a lot about just those attributes that build culture, communication, being a good listener, and just the humility and transparency that come with that. And that applies really everywhere: locker
Uh-huh.
rooms, classrooms, teams, schools. It really reinforces that it's not theoretical, it's the practical thing that we do. It shows up in our follow through and the tone we use and how we show up when things are hard.
I love that it comes not from intention, but from behavior. And I call this being the thermometer and not the thermostat because a thermometer reacts to the environment. It reflects on the current temperature. It doesn't change it. But a thermostat, on the other hand, it sets the tone. It determines the temperature of a room and it influences everything around it. And as leaders, we just really need to be thermostats. And that comes from knowing oneself really well and then also knowing what one believes. And so, in this character conversation, we want to leave you, our listeners, with a reflection question, something that Jack's work has really prompted for us.
Okay, so here it is. The question for this reflection, for this conversation is, what value is actually just driving your decisions right now? Not the one on the wall, but the one that's really showing up in your actions.
And that is such a powerful question to sit with this month, especially as we kick off this new calendar year. We're setting intentions for the year. We're determining how we want our year to go. And I think that is very important to think about the values that are driving our decisions.
These character conversations are about slowing down, about pausing just long enough to reflect, and then to move forward with intention.
Yeah, and we'd love to hear how this question resonates with you, our listeners. So head to Instagram, share what you're thinking, and we'll keep the conversation going there.
Until next time.
Let's keep building character in your community, one decision, one relationship, and one conversation at a time.